Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Leo, yes, and I'm here to kind of lace you up on how it is going to the Royal Rumble, because I've attended at least 3 Royal Rumbles. Well, the last 3 Royal Rumbles I've been to. So I've been to the one in St. Louis. It's looking nice. I've been to the one in San Antonio, and made it to the Rumble! Woo! And I've also been to last year's in Tampa Bay. Made it to my seat! Which they've been good, but the only thing I'm gonna say before I get started, and the one I'm playing in the background is the one that is from last year's in Tampa Bay. I'm gonna have the link in the description below. And the one I will say that they had each in common was a lot of people believe that The Rock was gonna show up for the Rumble. So I don't have my hopes up. There's rumors he's not even gonna be at Mania in Vegas, so I'm gonna just leave that alone and not get my hopes up. I'm kind of well, if you want to ask my predictions right now, I believe it's gonna be a decent, okay Royal Rumble, and I'll give you my prediction on who's gonna win at the end of the video. But first, let's get to it with how it is going to the Royal Rumble. Okay, so when you go to the Royal Rumble, one thing I will say is do not get seats in the lower section, and here's what I mean by that, or even on the floor seats, unless if you're sitting maybe one or two rows next to the row where the wrestlers are coming out. And yeah, go for it. But if you're sitting more in the back on the floor seat or in the lower section, one thing I'm gonna say is you're probably gonna have a lot of people standing on their chairs to view the wrestlers, which is gonna block your view. And trust me, one of the things I will say about last year's Royal Rumble is I was pretty much close to the floor, but the thing that sucked though is a lot of people were standing up, and it was times like made it difficult to try to look at the wrestlers, especially when they were making the entrances, because I just couldn't see. Everybody was standing on the chairs. So my best advice for you guys, especially for the people that are kind of short, is get seats that are more at least in the section 10 and above. I mean, even if you want to get not spend too much, the 200s, 300s is probably a better area for you to sit than sitting in the lower section. One thing I will say though is I am going to the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis next week, or whenever you guys see this, you know that I will be there, and I'll be making a vlog, so that will come hopefully soon. I've been busy with pretty much with life, so I haven't been able to release too much videos, but I will get back to working on one more NFL video, and then I'll get back into doing the whole wrestling vlogs. But no, a lot of people that subscribers are big wrestling fans, so I will be at the Royal Rumble. Not too sure about Toronto, Canada, which Elimination Chamber, to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be a big deal for that one, except for Cena's last chamber match. And I will be there for WrestleMania in Vegas. I'm going to be there for couple weeks, so it'll be fun. I'm definitely gonna have a lot of content for that one. But so, anyways, and then for me sitting in the Indianapolis, I forgot what it's called, Lucas Oil Stadium. That one, I'm gonna be sitting on section, I think it was 145, row 8. I'll put the, I'll probably put the video right now how it looks as a football field, but that's pretty much gonna be my view. Hopefully it'll be a good view to, see the people come out, but I have it where I'm across from their stage, the little stage that they're gonna have. They're gonna have another one of those curved stages, and hopefully it's gonna come out good. I will say that the best view that I had when they had those curved sections was lower side of the 300s at Allegiant Stadium. And if you're curious on how a wrestling event looks like Allegiant Stadium for WrestleMania, I got a couple videos about that too. And I've also been to SummerSlam 2021 when they had it in Vegas. So if you want to see or are curious about that, I made vlogs for that and videos describing that. Anyways, another thing too is, so the good thing about this Royal Rumble, it's going to be at a football stadium, which is great because that's usually when you could, the ring's right there in the middle and you should have a somewhat clear view, unless if you're sitting in the floor, like row 12 or something, then good luck on that one. But if you're sitting, most of the time the football fields they're good. The only thing that I will say about the Rumble is I don't know what location next year is going to be, but if you're sitting and if you're going to the Royal Rumble in a baseball only stadium, that's going to make it a little more difficult because the ring is not that in the middle, it's more of a difficult time to really get into it. Like I said, when I went to Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay, it wasn't the best experience. I don't know if I described that much in the vlog, which there it is right there. Definitely a good event, even though a lot of people were expecting for The Rock to show up. But yeah, for some reason, baseball stadium events, at least from my experience so far, not the best. From my experience going to the Royal Rumble the past 3 times, especially last year's, they try to have surprises with the whole NXT thing, the whole, with TNA too, some of the, wrestlers out there. Now that they got a partnership, I do expect to see more TNA wrestlers go into the Royal Rumble. Hopefully, Joe Hendry, I'm pretty sure he will. I'm not gonna lie, if he shows up, I'm gonna pop. Why not? That I believe in Joe. Yeah. But anyways, so one thing I will say I did not really like much about, look at me. So one thing I will say is I did not really, one of the things I kind of didn't get into for the last couple Royal Rumbles is the wrestlers' entrance theme songs. Now, how I'm gonna describe this is, there's a lot of wrestlers, especially with the NXT ones. I do watch NXT here and there. Some of the stuff for the NXT guys, the theme songs. I do watch a few NXT stuff. I think their women's division's, pretty great, and I expect a lot of that to be in the women's Royal Rumble. But one thing I will say that I just did not really get into, what made it a little confusing was their theme songs. I'm not too familiar with a lot of their theme songs. Now, if this was back with the Jim Johnson days, you could, as soon as you hear his version of, or his type of theme songs that he made, you instantly know who it is. With Undertaker, Austin, Rock, he made I'm pretty sure he made The Rock, but he made a whole bunch of legends theme songs, and when the second you hear that theme song, you know who it is. But these new theme songs nowadays, you hear it for the first 5 seconds, you're like, who is that? And I was sitting around a whole bunch of people when we heard a couple theme songs. We're like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? And there's just times where we're like, oh, like an entrance. We're like, oh, I guess, but it was a little more hard to get into because sometimes, when somebody's coming in, you can't really see the entrance. You're like, whose entrance is that? And then oh, it's this person. I didn't even there's times I'm like, I didn't even know this person had a theme song. Who's that?
Alpha Fire. She's in NXT.
Oh, okay. Never heard of her. So, I don't know. WWE got to do better with their theme songs, just so that way give the crowd a bigger, more pop. But yeah, so there's a couple other things too. But like I said, if you're ever going to Royal Rumble, especially in the future, you're gonna have to just keep in mind that try not to sit too much near the floor. Cause look at that lady. She's like, look, Like she was all up in my way, all up in my view to watch the ring, especially when they're standing in their seats, especially with the short people. It's just like, so learn from my mistakes. Do not sit in the lower section or on the floor seats, unless if you're right there in the front. And if you cashed out, good for you. Pat in the back, yes for yourself. But but anyways, like I said, and then for my prediction of who's gonna win the Rumble. Honestly, I want to say it's going to be CM Punk. Now, check this out, though. They've been pushing Punk a lot, and I guarantee you he's going to have some type of match. Whoever wins the World Heavyweight Championship, obviously it's not going to be Jey Uso. This video was made after the whole main event thing, but I want to say he's going to win the Rumble, and he's going to go in main event WrestleMania, probably night 1. They're probably going to have another Roman or Rock or Cody thing for night 2, but I predict that he's gonna win it. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, if you were asking who are the top 3 favorites in my book, it'll be him, Cena, and Jey Uso. So somebody more in the, I guess if you want to say Raw brand, but I don't know, whatever brand Cena is, I'm guessing he's in the Raw brand since he was at the first Netflix Raw taping, and I haven't seen him in SmackDown. So I mean, unless for some reason they just say screw it, give it to freaking give it to somebody in TNA, but I doubt that'll happen. But unless for somewhere, or here's another shocker, The Rock does show up and he wins the Rumble and he faces Roman. Somehow Roman gets the title back at Chamber or whatever, and then boom, Rock versus freaking Roman. So I don't know, who knows what's gonna happen. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have the surprises, especially with the partnership with TNA. And it's gonna be my first time going to Lucas Oil Field or Lucas Oil Stadium. I don't know the stadium. I don't care about the Colts, to be honest with you. But yeah, so it's gonna be my first time in Indianapolis. Should be fun, even though I don't know what's cracking out there, especially after the Rumble. Might be good, might not. I don't even know. If anybody knows what's cracking at Indianapolis, let me know in the comments, because the only thing I know about Indianapolis is cars, the Indy 500. Besides that, I mean, where's a good restaurant? What is there to do out there? Because I don't know, I just feel like I'm just going to be there, walk around downtown, probably be bored, and then go to the Rumble, but I don't know. So for that, adios. I'll be at the Rumble. Expect a vlog from that. Watch last year's vlog. I'm going to have in the description below. And I will make another video about this to prepare you guys for WrestleMania 41, because I have more new information on how it is. Wow! And explain the seating chart and all that stuff. So I'll educate you more on it, because I've been to Allegiant Stadium multiple times for multiple events. So I will make a video about this explaining it. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. See. Adios. Yeet! Or yeet!